Greetings everyone, Oscar here, and I am coming at you with a review for another episode of The Flash. And yes, I know I didn't review last week's episode, but here is a quick recap of the events that happened last week. So the Flash team is further investigating Harrison Wells, and Joe and Cisco go to Starling City to try to find some answers to the Harrison Wells mystery. All the while, the rest of the Flash team has to deal with this shapeshifter, and it's, your classic run-of-the-mill, oh, there's a shapeshifter running around. I have a doppelganger. I'm not really me. That kind of shtick that we've seen hundreds of times in Smallville and Supernatural. Everybody got that? Good. This episode is called The Trap, and this episode is the episode where the Flash team finally decides to confront Harrison Wells about being the Reverse Flash and to get him to confess to his crimes. But before we move on to the actual review of this episode, I would just like to say that there might be some potential spoilers in this review, so if you haven't seen this episode, then please pause this video right now, go watch it, and then come back. But with that said, let's review episode 20 of The Flash. So the episode begins where the last episode left off, and that is mainly with Barry, Caitlin, and Cisco finding Eobard's future room. And it is here that they meet Gideon, and Gideon actually gives us some very interesting information about the future, especially about Barry Allen's future. And it is here that it is revealed that Eobard's original plan was to go back in time and kill Barry. But since Barry managed to get away from Eobard, out of frustration, Eobard killed Barry's mother. But they can't really stay and talk too long with Gideon since Harrison Wells is back at Star Labs and they need to get out of that future room before anything else can happen, before Harrison finds them and probably kills them. So we then cut to the rest of the Flash team, minus Harrison, having this meeting about what they saw in this future room. And it's here that they come to the conclusion that they have to get Eobard to really confess to his crimes. Because if he confesses, that means that Barry has evidence that can get his dad out of prison. But in order to get those, they need to get inside Cisco's head. Because, as we know, Cisco, for some weird reason, remembers him being killed in that other timeline. So Cisco creates a device that will allow him to go inside the depths of his subconsciousness and to find out what really happened in that other timeline. The subplot of this episode deals with Eddie Thawne wanting to propose to Iris. That's a good idea, Eddie. Yeah, really good idea. Only have one question though, and I don't mean to come off as an asshole, but why? Why in Rao's name would you do such a stupid thing? Why the fuck do you want to marry the most self-centered, egotistic, bitchy, nagging person on the entire planet? Just tell me. Tell me why. Why do you want to marry this girl? I'll tell you why. Because the script says so. Out of all the women in the CWDC verse, you choose Iris. Not Caitlin, not Felicity, not Thea, Iris. If I had the choice to marry any woman instead of Iris, I would marry Laurel within a heartbeat. You know why? Because Laurel actually has some redeeming qualities to her character. Iris has none. Så varför i helvete din förbannade skitstövel... I'm sorry. I'm sorry I lost it there for a moment. Let's continue on with the review. We then get to see Team Flash planning a trap for Eobard Thawne. And what they're basically going to do is that they are going to use Cisco as bait, and they will sort of make Eobard confess to his crimes, and after that Barry will take him down. But the plan seems to backfire, since the Eobard Thawne that is in the same room as them is not Eobard Thawne. It's actually Everyman from last week's episode. And it is here that we learn a very shocking twist. Eobard Thawne, during this entire time, have been keeping tabs on Barry, Caitlin, Cisco, and Joe from the beginning. He has known everything from the very beginning. He knew that they were going to set a trap for him. So he turned the tables on them, and now he is out there. But before he quote unquote disappears, he takes Eddie hostage. And when he does, he tells Eddie that he is his great great grandson. I really did like that moment. It's probably one of my favorite moments within the entire episode. I thought that this was a good episode, and it's the episode that I have been waiting for ever since the mid-season finale from last year, because all the other episodes between episode 9 and 19 have been entertaining filler that has slowly made advances to the main plot. Don't get me wrong, I like most of the episodes that they have given us up until this point, except All Star Team Up. For the most part, they have been good episodes, but sometimes it feels like they have been dragging it out way too long when it comes to the advancement of the main plot of this season. And I get it, you have to build up to certain things and wait for them to pay off. But is it really necessary to take this long to build up to those things? I mean, there were certainly a few episodes that we could have skipped out on in order to get to this point in time. Shows like Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, True Blood, Sherlock, Agent Carter, and Daredevil have taught us that you don't really need a season worth of 23 episodes or so in order to tell a complete story. So, how about for the next season of The Flash, more focus on the main plot and less filler? But hey, that's just my personal opinion, and there's no need to spread it around. The thing that I really liked in this episode is that even though Barry wants to bring Eobard to justice, he is really conflicted about it. I mean, yeah, the guy killed his mom and put his dad in prison, but Barry can't actually help himself. He still likes the guy, which is understandable. For almost a year, Eobard has not only been Barry's mentor, teaching him how to hone his skills and how to become a better hero, but he has also been Barry's friend and father figure. So, yes, it's completely understandable as to why Barry feels the way that he feels. And you can see it with Eobard as well, that this is a very strange relationship that they are in. Like, the thing that he wants the most in the entire world is to kill Barry, but he can't do it since he needs Barry's speed in order to get home. And I actually think that during this time, Eobard has grown to like Barry a bit. But hey, that's just me. I really like that their relationship has taken this drastic turn, and I hope they keep on developing it because it's really interesting to see. Another thing that I did really like was when Barry, Caitlin, and Cisco was in the future room and played 20 questions with Gideon. Because, as I said, we learned a couple of interesting things while in this, and Cisco actually does some pretty funny Back to the Future references. Heck, Cisco does a lot of funny references in this episode. Those are also part of my favorite things that happened this week. The thing that I didn't really like so much in this episode was the way that Iris found out that Barry is the Flash. It felt very forced and it just came off as lazy. But other than that, all in all, good episode, and I really recommend that you watch it. As I said, this is definitely the episode that we have all been waiting for to finally see Eobard and Barry going up against each other. So yeah, as I said, I recommend that you watch it. You will definitely have a good time with it. But now I want to hear from you guys. Tell me, what did you think about this episode? Please tell me in the comment section below. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to the Hybrid Network. We would really appreciate that. But, signing off, this is Oscar. Have a great day, guys. Take care.
Oh, hey. I hope you guys enjoyed what you just saw. I don't know what exactly you just saw, but I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you really did like it, go check out our other stuff. You know, we have social media, Facebook, Twitter. The link should be somewhere here. Also, we have other channels too. We have our movie video game channel. We have our music channel. Obviously, our comic book channel too, because we know we do all that entertainment awesomeness. We also have a website. Go to our website, hybridnetworkyt.com, and check out our other videos. That's all I really have to say. It's Josh, and I hope you guys enjoyed what you watched.